Hello, and thank you for joining us for the Game Night. Tonight we're diving back into our continuing D&D adventure in the world of Drax Arcadia. Last time, well, actually, let's ask the players what happened last time. We resume as the white lightning finishes dissipating in the room, and you realize everything that has just happened has been rewound. And you hear still the resounding echo from Grixs saying, "What have you done?"
I'm scared.
Um, that's not just a me thing, right?
No.
And even at this point, Grix
Fuck.
kind of cocks his head to the side and goes, and he slowly looks down the left hall and immediately starts heading in that direction.
This one here?
Yes. What do you guys do?
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to. Is that door unlocked? I don't remember. Or did we?
Yes, the door is open.
Yeah, I'd like to. I want to go in the light room. You should go in there as soon as possible.
I don't know if I can.
I'm gonna push you in there.
Okay, so for this,
I feel like
you make an athletics check, and you make an athletics check.
We are getting in there.
I would say if you're trying to roll out of the athletics check, you could use acrobatics.
Oh, let's do that instead.
No.
That's better. 19.
The dice
Natural
today.
20 for 25.
So you try to grab, but he's just too slippery.
You saw what happened last time. I'm not fucking doing that again.
Are we sure? Are we sure we just saw what happened last time?
Grix is going to continue down the hall, just a little bit farther. Here, keep going as you guys are doing.
Let's go out that door. He's distracted.
Are you sure?
And it is this point that the team, you're looking through the
still looking through
viewport.
the window.
You're now looking through and seeing in the hall this going on in the hallway where there's three people down at the end of this tunnel with a room that's got blinding light shooting out of it.
Who's next to me?
It would be
You?
you Arcus, and Clementine.
Oh, Clementine is next to me. That's right.
You
that
are
we've been-
still creating like an entropic rust around you. So she does the same thing she did before. She pulls out from her belt this little projector looking thing and throws it over the ground, and it hovers and creates a clear energy field.
Yeah, but that's.
Can it move?
It got pissed.
Yeah,
when
I can move you on that.
You gonna hop on the disc?
Yeah.
Lily, we gotta get out of here. Does that thing have some sort of stealth mode we can get past him, or some sort of shielding? Vision?
He looks really preoccupied. I think now's our window.
I'm looking in the window and I turn to them and say, guys, something pretty crazy is going on in there.
Like a fashion show. We're gonna walk down the aisle.
Not that.
Can we move Grix a little farther?
Something worse.
Can
Do
we
we
get,
run?
can we
Do
get
we
the door
run?
open? That we've been
Please.
rewound. Can we get the door open?
We have to go now.
The one at the end of the hall?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
we
worry
saw
about
what
the shot.
happened.
Yeah.
What's that?
You can certainly try. Would you like to move down the hall?
I do.
I'm not in the room yet.
Oh, you guys outside. Sorry.
Yeah,
We're still looking through the window.
Sorry. Yeah. You literally you touch the handprint thing and it slides open.
Does that alert him with any sort of system alert in his area?
So far, no response.
Okay.
He's going to continue to move.
Doctor, I am begging you. We have to go now.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
There-
Remember,
Yeah,
last time that was not
that
him.
door
Oh.
separates into the three pieces. The two
Either
drop
way,
down,
we
and the
have to go
one
now.
sockets
Let's
up
go.
into the ceiling with that. The hydraulic hiss as you guys on the inside watch as the door opens, and you see standing before you a massive wooden metal infused warforged forgeborn something individual, a person with silvery clawed hands, an actual band of silver running through their hair, draconic eyes, and a tiny little gnome girl in a white hoodie.
This door right
Rusty's for
here.
the Rusty.
From the hall you can hear and shattering noises and the sounds of combat.
I'm gonna duck in the room and I want to go down this hallway and try to get Lucas.
Okay. Yeah, you book down that hallway. As about that point, that will be when Grix gets to the other door. So
And
you
we are.
and you're
we
all.
are-
Go ahead and move your figs to the end of that hall if you want.
Well, I'm gonna follow
End of the hall, yeah.
Clementine.
Us.
Yeah, no, everybody can do their movement now. We're not in initiative.
Yeah, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm
so.
gonna take off after Clementine. Gonna let her go by herself.
And you all remember,
Not that she needs
She
any
stay
help, it
close.
seems.
Now,
But
Oh, sorry.
uh,
Can
from,
we
from
feel-
the armor, the mobile armor that Lily has, she fires off a tether line that like links to the little projector at the bottom, so she can drag you behind her.
Okay.
The little tow cable.
Okay. Do we still feel Lucas's like mental net at all?
No.
No. Okay.
But yeah, you guys get to the end of the hall. Just about you guys are halfway through the curve of the other hall.
Mhm.
So if you want to keep moving your pigs around to that side.
They haven't
Dude.
seen us yet.
Yeah,
These-
I was
so
going to say.
No, everybody saw everybody.
No, like we see
oh.
each other.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask them if they remember anything of what just happened, and if anybody's any idea what's going on. But I'm saying this as we move.
I don't want to go in that room. I don't
Oh.
want to go in that room.
I'll look up at you, and you're wearing the fucking composite armor right now, aren't you?
It shifts with me. So right now it looks like I'm wearing my suit, my fitted suit and trench coat.
Cool. You're not wearing like a helmet or anything. Right?
So there's two, right?
I'll look at you, kind of like
yeah, he's
a
coming.
little bit apprehensive.
Mhm.
I've met people before who messed with time, and it's a really dangerous thing to be in that guy's hands.
Slippery stuff.
The main door to the hall that you opened when you guys came in closes, and you can hear the sound of footsteps coming from the other hall
So
as Grixs is stepping back towards the main entrance.
Grixs hasn't seen us. He hasn't seen us, has he?
Which
He
door?
hasn't seen
Which
you
door
guys.
closed? This door, the main door.
The main one.
So we just
Yeah.
hear him coming towards us, but he hasn't seen us.
Dude.
And you're
We need to
heading
book
that way to get to
Yeah.
Lucas.
We
Yeah.
need to book it to that room.
I think Lucas can help us.
I can.
Yeah,
help
before
Lucas,
the time jump, though, I went to get Lucas.
But you didn't make it.
No,
he
I
was
didn't
already,
make it. I
he was
opened.
already getting.
Yeah.
He was
stuffed.
already.
He was
yeah.
getting
Yeah.
messed up.
Stuffed is
Ow.
fucking crazy.
I'm pushing past people.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm
You guys, I'm
going.
dashing to that door.
Yeah,
Can I?
Yeah.
As he's
staying with
at this
Clementine.
point, Grixs is doing the Vader walk, slowly walking down that hall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Can I-
moving fast
Can
behind
I
So-
try
Clementine.
to?
But-
Can I try
Sounds
to
like
take
we're all
advantage
running,
of
to be
that
honest.
entropic effect and try to burn through the door?
Yeah, you want to go try to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. You go up to
Hell
the
yeah.
door, touch it, and you watch as it starts to just rust out from your hands. It's going to take a little while to get through, but you're pretty sure, in like a minute maybe, you'll be able to break through this door.
I'm gonna cast Bless on Clementine.
Is there any way I can speed it up?
You can certainly try. Make a charisma check.
Surrender control.
No.
I'll
Yeah,
He's
three
going 16.
plus-
16.
I'll handle
You reach out, almost like beseeching, almost like a prayer to who you know has
No,
this.
I'm at that door. I'm trying to burn through it. I'm
Oh, that door's still locked.
at this
Yeah,
point.
just-
can't
I'm
get
just
through it.
at this
Yeah.
point. I jumped off of the glass thing, so I can try to take advantage of that like rusting effect
Okay.
to burn through the door.
For you.
Because she couldn't break it last time.
And you hear him say, "Our deal stands. I'll help you." And your hand, you see encrusted with shadowy tendrils
Oh.
in the form of almost like a draconic
You're
claw
tiny, so
as you dig your fingers involuntarily into the metal. And as you do, the metal doesn't rust, it turns black in a sphere around your hand, about 5 feet. It's, and then when the blackness recedes back in, like it seeps back into your skin, and there's a hole all the way through that's about 5 foot by 5 foot through the door.
Dang.
And then you watch as the hallway behind becomes solid stone.
Oh.
As Grix comes to the end of the hallway, and you guys open the other door.
he knows we're here. Or it's a failsafe.
Move Grix up to the like that T junction, right? Yeah, and you guys crack open that other door, and inside you see
Did you follow us?
it's essentially like a
No, I was at the door.
like a
trying to open it.
torture chamber,
Hmm.
but there's a whole lot of like these weird crystal objects and these like green vats with like chemical like tubes that are like bubbling. It looks like something straight out of a mad scientist lab.
Would I recognize any of this?
You recognize this as variations of some of the like the equipment that you use to acquire consciousnesses. Consciouses? Well, whatever the
Like
plural of that is.
moose?
Yeah.
Mies.
Can I do an insight check on the crystals?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say, would
I would actually give you advantage on this because of what you are.
And say like the crystals also. Can I do Arcana check?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we just have to.
You could make. I would say you could make a Tinker's Tools check to try and understand how all this is doing something.
14.
Can I give her?
18.
Would I have my
I think we
schematics
got
on me on
quarantined
how
again.
the transfer of consciousness works?
I think you have to take over again.
I don't think I'm going to.
No, but you could give her advantage on this check if you want to roll
Yeah,
again.
Okay.
I'd like to.
24.
24. What you got there, Alex?
18.
18.
I know
17.
exactly what that is.
This is all of the equipment in here is being used to suppress a psionic field, and also keep him in a state of constant like. It's almost like he's receiving modern day chemotherapy. He's being pumped with poison and radiation
Lucas is.
to
Okay.
To keep him from using his psionics, pretty much.
Well, one thing like part of it's his psionics. The other
Oh,
thing
the
is
healing.
he has that healing thing that he does.
Yeah.
So this is constantly hurting him in a way that he can't recover.
So why don't we just
Can I use,
Start breaking
Do I
shit.
see?
get him out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I see like a panel or something like that I could get this to all disengage at one time?
Yeah, there's
Yes, I don't wanna kill
it's like it's designed for somebody taller than you, but you could hop up somewhere and like on like
Yeah.
somebody can lift you up to,
I'll
to
lift her
reach
up.
it.
I'll climb.
You like dangle from the keyboard and pull yourself up. You're like
Just watch the claws.
it's a little awkward.
You
Clementine.
trying to like put your claws in? I'm like,
My God, you're
Don't
such
pick me
a.
up.
Grixs looks
Such a
to
brat.
you, Nyorai, and says, "A lot of hard work was just undone by you fools. Things that were kept safe from the world have been released. You don't know what you have done.
Yeah. I don't. I just don't. I don't want to be here.
Lily? Cassius? What's going on?"
We don't know. And why wasn't I told about this place? Again.
Because there are things that I have to keep compartmentalized.
We had trust.
And I trust you with a great many things. But this, I trusted no one else. So don't feel hurt or betrayed over the fact that you are in the group of no one but myself.
I don't feel anything. I know things.
Why are you here? Why was the anomaly released?
That's something I don't know.
Like Lily's like armor hatch is still kind of busted. She's like, we knew that something had to be dealt with involving the temporal anomaly. If we didn't deal with it, then it was going to be worse than if we let it free.
We're being surrounded. You understand this, right?
I understand.
And nothing is being done except people being killed.
12 is taking care of everything.
Just 12? And what about everybody else?
The security force will hold. Our alliance with the White Guard will stand. In the event that our doors are overrun, which is an extreme circumstance, then our associates that ride white dragons will come in and clean up the mess.
Have you been in those hallways? Have you seen the damage and destruction that we haven't caused?
Elaborate.
There's death everywhere. our hallways are destroyed. They've maintained control of the hallways that they have moved into.
Well, then I guess my time here with you will be short. I'll have to get back to the command room.
Where do you need me to go while you do that? My job is to protect everybody here so that we can accomplish our mission. I'm going to look deep into him.
Roll a persuasion check. It normally would be a disadvantage, but because of your ability, it's just straight.
Yeah, I am. 12.
Wow.
So not with advantage like I normally would?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can he see us?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
No,
If I
in
see
the
him.
You
other
can
room?
just see Lily and Cassius?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me make sure.
I'm assuming,
I'm just going to move
yeah,
back.
Lily, Cassius,
I'll let Lily.
and
Lily,
Nyorai.
Lily blocks a lot, so
Yeah.
Um,
while he's doing that,
Did we hear this?
can I make any quick
Yeah, you
headway on
guys
Lucas? I don't want to interrupt his roleplay.
no. Yeah, you're trying to disable the machinery.
Yeah, just
This would be a Tinker Tools check, or
You have
you
blast.
can just start smashing things.
Who did you blast? Just him?
No, you, Clementine,
bless is only for saving
And
throws.
Attacks and saves.
Marcus. You usually say that.
Attacks and saves.
Nat 20, 20,
Yeah.
25.
Oh,
You,
Dice is treating you much better today.
You pull
That's my
out
goat. You're my goat.
some of your multi tool and a couple of things as you're like gripping the keyboard to hold up, and before you can plug in things to like connect to it, you have that moment where the spark of your connection to the machine happens again, like it did in the other room, in the other time that happened. And you feel it connect, and the screen goes blue, and you have access to the computer.
I just want to push the command purge into the
Okay. You watch as like the green liquid in the canister starts to drain out into some sort of piping and stuff that's attached at the base that's going into wherever. At this point, you're not sure. And all of the crystals start to dim. Now, what you also understood from your connection to the crystals, these things were absorbing psionic energy. They weren't just like negating it. Like he, this whole time, has been pushing psionic force out of himself and these crystals have just been soaking it up. And you're like, this is familiar. As if one of your crystals that orbits your head that absorbs psionic energy is full. So go ahead and mark that.
Oh,
You have loaded your psionic crystal.
Right.
I'm going to tell Grixs, if I see that, I'm going to tell him those crystals aren't designed for this. You know this. What do you need me to do to stabilize them?
Well, at this point, it's too late. But it was a temporary solution to hold him while we could. This man, this creature, he's the copy of the Shadow King, Lawson. He can go by a new name. He can change the color of his scales. But you can see it in his eyes. He is the same man.
Let me make sure he doesn't.
And I don't need another one of him running around empowering idiots and fools and interrupting my plans again.
Let me make sure of that. Lily and I will take care of this.
He makes a gesture, and in front of him, against the wall, an arcane gate appears. Through the other side, you can see a control room. He says, after you.
Can I do some sort of a check to see if it's real? Where I
Yeah, make an
actually
arcana check.
19.
19. It's real.
Okay.
You've never seen this room before.
And it's the room that I want to go into with Lucas.
This room is Lucas's room. He's opening a gate to the command room.
Okay.
That he said he needed to go and investigate what you're talking about.
Okay.
In the halls. Meanwhile, Lucas, you see the devices that are in him and stabbing in from like the cables and the chemicals pull out almost very old school, like mad, like I said, mad scientist robot stuff pulling
Yeah.
out like his body pushing out the stuff that had been left inside of him to make reports so they could keep dumping this poison into him. And his coloration goes from like this sickly like faded out like pinkish purple to like a more robust darker purple.
How's his breathing?
At first it didn't look like he was breathing,
Yeah.
but now like he stumbles out of this thing and like slowly wobbly stands up to his feet.
So he's not down. He's just.
You're watching as like the injuries and the damage start to slowly just
Okay.
seep away.
As he tries to regain his balance, I'll like try to get one of his hands
Oh my god.
and let him balance.
It's like a crutch.
Aw.
Yeah.
And I'll start looking to try to.
As he stands up, you feel a force around you lift you up into the air and onto his shoulder.
Aw.
He says, "No, I got you, kid."
Do I feel this?
You would feel resonating through the area just a pressure in your head. All of you would feel that, like almost like you're in a pressurized cabin or something like on an airplane. All of a sudden, you feel that, and I think all of you have experienced the neural link now at this point, except for Cassius.
No.
Cassius has.
I have my brace.
Yeah, we all had it.
As Lucas opens up his neural connection, his psychic connection, and opens the whisper web that he has. And all of you can kind of hear your guys' thoughts if you choose to will them to anybody else in the net.
Am I still connected to the panel?
Yeah.
Can I try to? Is there? I know I'm only in this one.
Yeah.
But is there any way I can connect to that one too and try to release that one?
They're separate.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
The
Because I remember I was able to do that one from there.
but what you're looking at isn't that it's you're not able to do that, it's already gone.
Oh.
The anomaly's gone. So that whatever temporal anomaly happened when the time rewound did not rewind the time.
Yeah, she
Oh,
got
so it's
out.
not there.
It's
You know,
gone.
she got out. Remember, she said this isn't where I'm supposed to be.
Oh.
Oh, the one that came out of the door?
No, the one
I had to
came out
just.
of the
We had
crystal
to figure out if it was Back to the
Oh.
Future time travel or Avengers.
Think about who knocked me on my ass. In the door. Who came out of the door?
Oh,
Who
well,
knocked on my ass? I couldn't remember.
the ass pounding that you took was from the shadow infused Lucas.
Okay, because he was in there, but that was.
But this is the.
But I know we rewound, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I remember you
when
saying that
when
about
when
her.
the individual who was the temporal anomaly was
Yeah,
released.
she's like, I'm not supposed to be. Yeah.
It caused this wrinkle in time that has
Mhm.
fixed itself.
I'm going to go over the net and say, how's he looking, kid? Does he need a doctor?
I can take care of him.
But yeah, he gestures for you to go through the portal.
Okay.
I want to talk to Lily. I want to say,
He looks over to Lily and says, "Keep an eye on this bunch. I'll be back." He steps through the gate.
With Clementine?
Behind Cassie's. Or Lily. He looked at Lily and said, "Keep an eye on this bunch."
Yeah.
he knew
He
we were
steps
there,
through.
bruh.
And then he steps through the gate.
Yeah, so he
And
left Clementine
the
behind.
gate immediately just dissipates behind him.
That's what I mean. Clementine's not still on his shoulder. He left Clementine behind.
Lucas has Clementine on the
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Grixs stepped through the
Grixs.
portal.
Got it, okay.
Grixs stepped through the gate.
Okay.
You step into the command room. We'll get to yours in a second.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you all are still there in that area. The failsafe has been activated. The door. You guys learned last time that this is like an extra dimensional space that he keeps a connection to, and you guys don't know where you currently are, but you're underground or surrounded by stone and rock somehow.
Do I see any evidence that the gas is going to start coming again?
You don't hear anything, none from your connection to the protocols. You're pretty sure it can't.
So wouldn't we try and leave? Gonna try and get out.
Yeah, there's a giant hole in the, well, not giant, but there's a good sized hole in the security door, but it just opens like on the other side where there should be a
There's
hallway. It's just a stone.
Yeah. So really, we're like, there's no way out of here.
Need Lucas to try to punch through something.
I want to go to I want to go talk to Nyorai. I'll make my way with Lucas or without Lucas if he wants to.
Yeah,
come.
he'll walk you over that way.
Okay. What?
Verbally, Lucas looks to you as, hey kid.
What was that?
I found something, or I guess it found me at the doctor's house.
This goes way beyond some kind of genetic mutation or something that can be concentrated in a test tube.
Well, I got another voice in my head, so yeah, I can see that.
Who's in your head?
Hasn't told me. Has not told me, and I'm kind of scared to ask.
Is he still rusting?
He's
I don't
standing
want to
on
get
his
too close to
So
him.
he's standing on the platform, and then where he's let go of the door, I guess, at this point, unless you were just going to continue to
Just
make
burning
it
through
bigger.
bricks, infinite bricks.
I don't think Lily's mech can fit through it, so I would try to at least make it big enough she could fit.
Okay, I would say at this point though, you've expanded it into like a 10 by 10.
Okay.
Yeah, with your slower rusting. But yeah, he's still rusting things to the touch, and it's not. You could tell. I would say, being as someone who's really good with machines,
Yeah.
you could tell that's not just rust. It almost looks like it's just he's causing something to reach the end of its lifespan.
But he's decaying non-organic matter, which is not like necromancy. Can I like ascertain the origin of that kind of thing based on what I'm observing? Like that he's decaying, like
Make
kind of
a
magic, or
make an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Ass 6.
It's you don't like a puzzle you can't figure out, and this is one of them. You're missing too many pieces.
Is it something that you can control? Because it didn't look like it.
Aggie looks over to Ember and goes, I must admit, I am at a loss of how to proceed here. I don't have the magical capacity to escape us from this place, and neither do you. I assume the one piloting that mechanical monstrosity specializes in more machines, or else she would have already done the same. So is anybody able to actually get us out of here?
You said we're
I
in
think we're
another,
all thinking.
we're in another dimension. You said, right? Like it's a
Well,
dimensional thing.
we understood
It's a
this
pocket
to be it was a pocket dimension or of some sort. It functioned very much like a mansion spell.
Yeah.
However, with the wall outside being stone, it's more of a variation of that spell, a translocation of doors. So we're somewhere in the material plane.
We could try to call
Hopefully,
my
good
animal
lords, I
friends.
hope we're not in one of the elementals.
How you
I
gonna
hate
know
to
it?
always.
But they're not going to get through the stone door.
Well,
The stone. You need
not
something that
unless
can
they
get
eat
through.
stone.
No, it's not. It's just non-dimensional space. It's nothing.
Yeah, it's solid.
We're in
There's
like
nothing there.
It's just
How
this
far
is
But we
does
still
dimension.
can't walk
neural
through
net
it.
go?
No, there's nothing on the other side.
Mile or
It's
two.
stone. It's like being
It's a
underground.
separate dimension.
Can we try
It's
to
like
feel
being in
for
a different reality. Like
anyone
No,
else?
yeah.
Like the mirror dimension, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That kind of
Okay.
To see how far we are.
The
It's
Scarlet Witch
contained.
gets
He'll
out.
he'll reach up.
Scarlet Witch
He'll
is a
actually
little bit
like
more powerful than our level 3
he'll
asses.
he'll physically
This is
set
true.
Clementine. He's gonna physically set you
Okay.
on the ground or
Fuck.
onto your mom's mech.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
he gestures like where you want to go.
Honestly, I'll just go on the ground. I just
Okay.
want to be like between the legs, kind of like.
Right.
Like
He's
a
gonna
baby doll.
sit like cross-legged on the floor, close his eyes and do like that meditation pose. You see like around him like a heat aura of purpley violet energy, not violent, violet energy. As he slowly rises about half a foot off the floor. When he opens his eyes, they're bright purple. And he's like, I can sense a large consciousness about half a mile away from us. It's more upward.
It's a dragon.
No.
Oh.
Very strangely intelligent for a monster or a beast.
Oh, let's call it.
Is it the worm that he was inside of?
I don't know what that
You're
is.
right.
Can you reach out to
How
it?
dare you?
Yes. He reaches out to it and kind of dumps that feeling into the net. And you immediately recognize the presence of your friend.
Oh,
Yeah, the mole worm.
Awesome.
The Alaskan bulwark?
Dare you call him unintelligent?
Right.
never been
And
a
it,
smart one.
through the connection,
Yeah, I ask him, hey, buddy, can you help us once again?
and it turns back to. And normally when you talk to this thing, you get like impressions and stuff, and there's like your mind kind of makes a persona to interact with
An
for you to
Alaskan
like
bulwark?
understand. And it goes, "Hey, buddy. Oh man, you're really down there. It's gonna be a minute. I got hurt real bad from the guy with the blades.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah.
We'll try to see.
I'll be there in a little bit. The
Off the
worm
perk, bro.
abides. And you just feel him kind of like he kind of drifts back a little bit as you can just feel his presence getting closer, but it's slow.
Wait, so is this is a pocket dimension? No.
I think
It's just a brick wall.
I think he put you underground.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
I
I
think
it's a
you're
brick
buried.
wall. We're just in a. It's just a
You
brick wall.
you've had
No, you're
you
buried
specifically
underground.
Clementine and you
Okay, but if
Nyorai
we're buried
have had
underground,
experience
we
with
still get
something
out.
exactly like this. It's a variation of the Magnificent Mansion
the
spell
Green
where it's
Mansion.
physically
It
somewhere.
exists somewhere.
But
Yeah.
you can use that
But I
spell
knew it
or that
was-
method to get into this location.
Yeah, it's like somebody dug a hole, dropped the room in there, and
Oh,
Filled
so
it in.
the
Damn.
door at Blue Industries was basically like the chalk outline. Okay.
Okay.
And
Wait, so-
someone or
okay.
something destroyed it when it closed.
Right.
So then when we opened it again, it was just the.
I want to look at him, and I want to like point to the door. That we got a big friend who sounds like he's gonna come help us. Can you keep working on this from this side? I want to go try to see if one of the things in that room could help you keep this thing under control. Maybe some of the lights. Although it seemed to piss him off, maybe there might be a time where pissing him off is.
From the side of his face, you see another eye. So that if you were looking at him directly, there'd be three,
Mhm.
and like the mouth twists almost like the venom symbiotes as the skin blackens from its normal like almost like a purplish gray, right? Is what you're because you're
Yeah.
to like a solid inky black, and he's out on the side of his eyes like, I don't recommend that course of action.
Don't listen to him.
I think immediately
think-
she would kind of flinch back, just instinctively reach for the weapon, but like, does it just say that and disappear, or does it stay?
It stares at you for a brief moment, sees you look down, and it twists up like a Cheshire cat grin as it slowly recesses into his skin. It goes away, returning to normal.
I'm gonna put my head in my hands. I always wanted to get out of Dragon's Mouth and experience new shit, but not this kind of new shit.
Well, I agree that we need to get out of Dragon's Mouth after this.
Oh shit!
You're gonna be going into a worm's mouth.
Oh no! Oh no! What happened?
Actual damage.
Yo, wait,
being earthbound by his glasses.
I can't.
Do you know?
A little bit.
What the fuck did you do?
I don't know.
Medic!
Oh, it's time to
I have medical stuff.
There you go.
Yep, there you go.
We need a knife.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, we got it.
It's okay.
Well,
Editor,
That
what
little
were we
portion-
saying?
little thing.
What was I saying?
You were
we want to get out.
Oh yeah. As long as you stay here, he's not gonna stop coming for you. And the closer you are to people, the more damage whatever is in you is gonna cause. Clearly, it's powerful. Do you want me to go try to see if I can get something from that room? I don't care what he says.
Well, they're having this conversation, the two of you, and Aggie.
I know. I'm trying to find something to use. We're in. It's
You have help
this
coming.
stuff. Like it's physical. It's
Yeah.
matter. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
We
Like,
are
so
underground.
We can, yeah, so we can dig our way
And you
up.
do have a.
We are like
I-
half a mile.
You have a mole worm express coming down to try and help.
Yeah.
Your escape's coming.
So we're just gonna wait. We're just gonna
I didn't
Like-
know if there was anything you were going to try and do, or anything you want to say.
Yeah.
Or... This is the
What's
first
the
time.
ETA?
This is also the first time that
on
your
the
character
worm?
has charged one of his stones.
Yes.
So, and with that becomes the understanding of what that does. So,
So yes, can I tell everybody?
yeah.
All right. So I'm able to, I think pretty much add psychic energy to any spell attack. Is that right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. Yay. That's good.
And some form of augmentation to the spell.
Yes.
Which one did he get?
Psychic.
The
That's the green.
pink one? The amethyst?
That sounds right. It sounds purple or something. Let me see.
Or no,
The psychic one.
there's crystal, topaz, emeralds.
Okay.
Ember
Psychic.
knows helps on the way because, So she's going to sit down. She's going to whip up some snacks. Ember and Aggie.
I would say
And she offers some to Clementine, and she offers one to the sad man.
it's going to take a little while for the moleworm to get here. So you guys could take a short rest.
Yeah.
Since,
I'm going to share my snacks.
okay.
Yeah.
Since
Do
I
you
know
eat
my
regular
buddies-
food? Okay, so.
Since my buddy's
At
hurt,
all?
though, I am going to start making him a health potion.
Okay.
So I'll take away 25 gold, and maybe by the time he gets here, I'll be done.
All right.
I'm nervous.
Well, you start grinding stuff. Your arm pops out the secret your storage compartment, and you start pulling out your pieces you need to start mortar and pestling some stuff. And
Ember's not really worried yet. She knows the sad man's worried, though, so she's going to come over and put her hand on his shoulder and be like, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this.
I'm. Fuck, that's terrible. Don't touch me. I don't recommend it right now.
Do you have an answer to my question? Do you want me to go try to see if I
in
can do
your
something?
head,
I'm going to turn to Aggie and say, he's
Yeah.
kind of touchy.
Nyorai, in your head, you hear, "Oh, this one would be fun to break."
Don't do it. Don't do it. Is there any?
He's like, "Your little gnome friend can acquire whatever she likes from that room. We have made an accord. We have sealed our pact."
Is there any way you can just show me how to at least stop it, so I don't break everything I walk on?
You have to empty yourself of this fear, of this panic that is in you. This isn't me. This is you. It almost sounds like a weird chuckle mixed with like a purring from a cat in your head as it slowly recesses into the void.
Kind of gross, but okay.
He says, too much.
Oh, tentacles are fine. Purring's terrible.
I'm gonna look over at Lucas and like observe like his like
Yeah, he's
how
still
like, meditating.
he's still floating and kind of like giving off this purple psionic radiance.
Despite being half elf, Neo doesn't ever meditate. He sleeps like a human. It's a choice, not really like a thing that he has to do. So he doesn't really know how to. So I'm gonna look over at Lucas and just kind of observe what he's doing and almost mimic it.
Make a Constitution saving throw as you try to achieve concentration.
9.
9. As you're like, you feel like your mind starts to calm, starts to empty. Fear creeps in. Fear of what's happening with your uncle. Oh, what have I gotten myself into with these pieces of like splinters of blackness, of just sheer nothingness that I'm now connected to some sort of creature? Is he a dragon? Is that? It didn't look like a black dragon. But it was all, I don't understand. And your mind just continues to ramble through these thoughts. And then you just, damn it. You have another chance. If you have time for another try if you'd like.
Worse.
This one, the idea that the thing could actually manifest outside of you, on you, and interact with other people, not just inside your head. This shiver of cold just runs down your spine, and you just get up frustrated and like, do you want my help? I can teach you how to reach the void, and within the void, protect yourself from that without.
One more try. And then. And if I fail. 20. 30, 20.
This time, the thoughts become ordered and put in the place in your mind and organized in a way to where now not you see it, you understand it, you accept it, filed away. See it, understand it, accept it, filed away. And you create into your Akashic record where your memories are stored as your elven line, and you reach that moment of clarity, and your eyes, you think open, but in front of you you just see a being of pure purple energy floating cross-legged across from you, and you recognize the presence of Lucas. You look down at yourself, and your body appears to be made of pure black shadowy inkiness, and you're in essentially a room of just white as far as you can see. Not bad, kid, you hear Lucas say.
Hmm.
Can. Is this just me and you now?
Just me and you.
I figured I recognized you. I didn't know where, but.
It's the dragon surfer himself. I thought you looked familiar too.
What?
When you got rescued, you surfed the neck of the dragon we rode away on it.
Oh, yeah.
Right before I jumped off the one.
Huh. But.
You want to know a secret?
What's that?
I can sense more than that worm. I didn't want to scare everybody.
What else?
There's a whole lot going on above us. A whole lot. There's thousands of minds, and they're all in conflict. But I got a surprise. Some of them are friends. The same ones that helped rescue you.
That's good. He. Do you remember what happened?
Yes.
I heard and felt him sever from me. He didn't take any of these idiots.
No. Oh, I'm more than the perfect conduit. But luckily, while I am now currently back to full strength, he has no chance of taking me, and from what I feel, he is locked in on you.
Why?
Your gift, your curse, whatever you want to call it. Shadow that runs through your bloodline. Same as mine, but different. Yours isn't from my dad's side, but it feels similar. Just because he popped out looking like a dragon doesn't mean that's what he is. Creatures like this, their forms are malleable. They're beings of the mind.
Like. Aberration?
Maybe. Maybe.
Huh.
You could find some fiends that do that too, but
Never seen a fiend. never really seen an aberration, to be honest with you.
Hell, there is with some fae like that. But our time here is running out pretty quick. I think our ride's almost here. He can operate through you, but it doesn't look like he can fully take you over unless you let him. Be careful.
Good to know.
And with that, you snap up. You see Lucas put his legs down and stand up across from you. It's you all's. What does he? Lucas was floating.
Mm-hmm.
You watched shortly after, like the third attempt started, a aura of black swirling shadow, more of like a spiraling of ink, started to just radiate off of Nyorai as he also started to float.
I'm just watching and eating.
And
I'm just like, well,
you,
this
and you
seems
sit
more
there with you going,
interesting.
"This is quite the show."
Yeah, we don't see this where we're from.
Nope.
This is actually turning out to be quite fun.
I really thought I enjoyed fishing,
Yeah, me too.
but this turns out to be.
I kind
You
of
know-
want to do more of this, right?
Yeah,
You do too?
It's incredible. I haven't been on an adventure like this in quite some time.
I know. We should do this more often.
I agree.
I'm
Agreed,
excited.
Agreed. If we get through this.
We will.
I
We've
mean-
gone through worse before.
I mean, the winged mercy smiles upon us.
Yes, yes, yes. I
Well,
have full faith in her.
I don't believe she's looking away right now.
No, what do you think's going on there with that?
Roll fucking rhino.
This
I
worm
don't
can't come
know.
soon enough. He's
I
really
agree.
cranky.
Well,
That
well,
little one is cranky too.
I mean-
Like, why is everyone so unhappy?
I mean, drow are typically not happy most of the time, but this one,
It's such negative energy.
he's also carrying a burden.
That's true.
You can feel it.
I'm sitting
Yeah,
right
that's
here.
true.
Which
She
fuck?
looks at you and she goes, "We know."
He gestures over to you with like it looks like a Saint Bernard's cask that they would wear around their neck with a wooden straw poking out the top of it. He's like, take a sip of this. It'll help clear your head.
It's his favorite.
I'm 15.
Yeah,
I don't take drinks from strangers.
We're also
I'm
like
a dragon. It's okay.
underground. Who's watching?
He goes. He blows on it and it like ices up a little bit. Look, it's chilly.
I'll like grab it very awkwardly and uncomfortably.
Peer pressure.
It's okay. Just
Aggie
hold-
loves to share his stuff.
It's good.
He's a good dragon.
Silver.
He's got a few
See?
upgrades.
He starts like flexing the wings.
Yeah, show him off.
But
Please tell me the fucking
Yeah,
worm's here.
yeah, you're like gesturing towards the wall now. At this point, like who's here? Like, but meanwhile, Commander,
What?
Commander, you step in to something out of a nightmare.
Oh.
At each of the stations, there are not people. There are parts of people that are in position, like the upper part of a torso and an arm and a head, that are grafted with cables into like the terminal that they're at, all taking care of different places. And there appears to be a half dozen of these in this room.
Mm-hmm.
There's a view screen like thing that you recognized from the brief time that you saw the one in the Nine Lives Casino. How it's not a window, but it looks like you're looking through a window into places. And he steps in, and you can see zeroed in on several hallways. There's a lot of damage. You see guards moving about the place. You see several mechanized units that you recognize that these are pilots or units of pilots that you worked with, that you have. They should not be piloting things. That you know that they've been like medically like suspended, but they look like they are charging through the halls and attacking intruders. One of which that looks to seem to be attacking with reckless abandon is the mantis mode suit, the mantis frame. And it's damaged, so it's like limping sometimes through the hall as like a leg part will like lock up and has to like struggle through to make it work. But like that just makes it like the more horrifying when you see it like get onto like somebody who obviously is not supposed to be in the base.
Yeah.
Yeah. it is not a pretty sight, and the view from the front entrance, you can just see 12 standing in front of like a ring of guards by the entrance, and just several hundred just look like Ebonbane Inquisitors, Black Hand forces, people who look like smuggler or scoundrelly types.
Dead?
No, they're all armed. There looks like there's some casters in the mix, some like maybe retired tower individuals, and they're like hurling spells and things. But there's like a barrier around the base, and it's blocking most of what's going on before it reaches 12.
Okay.
But every once in a while, something will get through, or somebody will charge and try to break through the barrier, and you see him do his like concussion punch that he's got, where he just sends them back flying.
Okay. Seeing the bodies and the parts of bodies integrated with machine work, it doesn't faze me. I just never expected to see it outside of another realm. And I'm actually going to scoff at it and look at Grixs and say, yeah, I could have done better if you let me in.
This was a gift, so I use it.
Appreciate it.
When a certain faction reaches out and offers you to become allies in such a way that you can both ensure they will not exceed what you want, and at the same time maintain that they're in your pocket, well, having a profit in your pocket is not a bad thing.
It looks like we are in a pocket. So what's your plan?
Currently they lack the power to get through our defenses.
At the moment.
Yeah. And if they happen to do so, then I will dispatch 12 with full force. I will call upon the White Guard to assist, and I have contingency plans.
You need to compartmentalize those mech pilots. This is not a smart move. I sidelined them for a reason.
I didn't activate them.
I'm going to smile a little bit. Do I still have the connection to Lucas?
Mm-hmm.
Lucas, I'm going to call to Lucas, and I'm going to. Actually, I don't know Lucas because I'm just connected to the net. So I'm going to call to.
It would bounce into everybody.
Yeah, but I'm specifically going to talk to Clementine. Not that I know her name, and I'm going to say.
Lily's daughter.
Hey,
Lily's kid.
I'm going to say. Kid, where are we at?
From everything I can see, really far underground, but I think our ride's here.
Your ride?
Grixs walks up to one of the terminals and starts activating like glyphs on the side of it. Not like a keyboard, but like he's doing something. And as he does, you see like the images on the main screens change.
Okay.
To where now he's zeroing into more of the different suits.
I'm going to ask.
I'm sorry.
Real quick, this is helpful.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him. Let's say, Director, the people I was with down there, they weren't hostile towards me. However, I'm not sure what they wanted. Are they secure where they're at?
He glances back over his shoulder. He goes, "Of course." He continues to work on the screen.
Okay. I'm going to leave it at
that. This is just a question for both of you. Would he recognize like the runes and that or the glyphs that Grixs is messing with, like any type of specific language or anything, or any kind of magic that he would?
What languages do you know?
Which one of us?
I'll be you, I guess, at this point.
It would be you because you're the only one that can see them.
Abyssal and common.
Okay. No, these symbols on this you don't recognize. In fact, none of the controls look like they have symbols on them that you recognize.
Bro speaks all.
I've been around a long time.
He speaks the old tongue.
You're speaking to the concubines of the abyss, bro.
I don't have any concubines.
Not yet.
Just one.
They're just friends. They're just friends.
While
Such an archaic term.
while he's reaching out to me through the net, is there anything you can tell me about this facility? Being someone who worked here, once we get topside, is there anything I can do to get me and my mom out of here?
Oh, you're asking me this?
Yeah.
What kind of ride do you have coming?
I
Sounds like
was
a
talking
worm.
about the worm to get us out of this immediate room. My plan is improvise.
Would Lucas know in relation to where I am speaking from to where they are?
Like half
In
an
order
hour.
to know exactly if they're going, if I'm directly above them.
You
off to the
would have a
side.
vague idea that they're really far below you.
Okay.
What direction's hard to tell if at that distance.
Okay.
He'd know that you're really far up, kind of
Okay.
thing. But
I'm in the
you-
mind meld with him too, right?
Yeah.
So I would probably tell you. You remember our buddy from the prison before, or the place you guys had me before?
Your buddy?
Yeah, that big hole that was left there. Did you not see it after I left?
There's tunnels everywhere.
Well, in my cell.
Friend, I didn't know you were gone.
Oh well, that doesn't make me feel special.
Also know that you were there for a reason, and I had a feeling you would be gone.
Fair enough. Well, I was just
you can
curious.
project an image of this creature in it as well
Yeah.
if you like.
Yeah, and I'll show you.
Oh,
It's not real attractive.
It's
but
very
he's a
much
good
like somebody
guy.
combined like
It's a fucking grab.
a mole with a purple worm.
it's a tremor.
It's like mostly mole faced, but like the bottom jaw opens up and it makes the awful like. It's like a
seen,
noise, but it looks horrifying.
I've seen ghouls
It
like
looks
that.
horrifying,
Have
but
you ever seen ghouls like that? Where their
Yeah,
mouth open?
yeah.
It's creepy
so,
too.
was it Blade 2?
Oh, that is
Yeah.
where it came. Yeah.
Predator, you know.
I'm gonna ask Arca. Say, Arcus, did you name him yet? Since we're taking pets from B.L.U.E Industries,
I like to call him Umberto.
Umberto. I see we're fluent in Spanish culture.
No, I don't know. Yeah, that's the first thing that popped into my head.
Umberto it is. Arcus.
Umberto the mole worm. We need a
Fair
plushie.
warning.
We need a plushie.
I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be to everybody. Fair warning: if you end up where I'm at, it is not going to be good.
I don't want to be anywhere near that blue fuck. So no thanks.
He's got the least
Can I
of
hear
your
this too?
worries in this
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, this
So-
is on the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your eyes in the command center immediately pop to one of the screens. You can see being dragged down a hallway is Dusty.
By who?
Looks like Zimnia.
Okay.
And he's like kicking and stuff, but she's just dragging him behind her. It looks like they're coming from the frame ward where you would have stored these mechs and these different these mechanized suits and the pilots were mentally quarantined.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna interrupt Grixs again. Like this time, I'm gonna be in his space and say, "What are they doing with Dusty?
I just found him.
Where?"
They're leaving I believe I have figured out who has activated and mobilized the pilots.
Is this a bad thing? We just need them compartmentalized.
I have enough security doors I can slam down in front of them and bulkheads to block them. I can lock them in the halls. But currently they're not actually being a deficit to our forces.
No, they're not.
That's my
And
question.
you understand that they need to be compartmentalized, not because of the power of the mech machine, but because of the splitting of their souls due to the transfer being unstable.
He just slowly turns, and you guys are like uncomfortably close now at this point, where he's like his nose and your nose are like maybe 2-3 inches apart. And he just goes, "Then we'll get more." And he turns back to the screen. Do you think you could copy his mind?
Dusty?
Yes.
Of course I can.
I might have to kill them both in order to kill her.
It takes time. They don't need to be killed yet.
I don't know what her plan is, and I don't want her roaming my facility.
Do we want them together or separate?
Whatever it takes.
How do I get her out of that realm you have her in?
Zimnia, she's walking our halls.
Lily.
Yeah, he's unsettling.
Lily,
He's supposed to be unsettling, I think.
I think she's good where she's at for right now. I remember her punching me very hard.
She might be linked to Dusty. We need to
He's telling me he's a good
Well,
guy.
then this
but I'm
will
not
make
feeling
her understand there are consequences to actions.
Understood. Do you need me to go to Dusty?
I also noticed that there was a little one that looked just like her.
I wouldn't worry about her.
I believe I should.
I wouldn't worry.
Have you heard of Project Nightingale?
Just whispers. Nothing specific.
There was a very gifted individual who was helping advance and stabilize technologies and create new opportunities for this project. And this little girl, if I am correct, is that person.
But she's just a kid.
Genius doesn't care about age.
That's just hides underneath the tail.
I'm gonna say over the net in my head. Kid, we gotta get out of there.
I haven't heard any of this conversation with
He could literally like pipe it in like
I was-
you,
yeah.
you would hear it like
everything
yeah.
that he
yeah.
said. I don't know.
Lily's just like bitch. We have less than a year left in our contract.
Oh,
That was the contract.
Lily says that?
Yeah.
Mom, your contract is done. We're getting the fuck out of here.
There's a lot of things we need to get
First time she swore.
or disable before we go. I
Definitely
can't
not.
leave behind all of this stuff in that guy's hands if he's going to turn it against the world. There were supposed to be advancements in order to make people better, make the weak strong, equalize the world, bring about a future where we don't need heroes.
Am I hearing this?
I don't disagree with his ideology. I disagree with throwing my husband away.
We can get Dad and still get out. I got wrapped up in this stuff before, and I thought I made something that would benefit humanity.
How did you get away from your grandfather? How did you get wrapped up in this? What do you have to do with Project Nightingale?
Grandpa died a year into
That's not possible. I made him to last.
I'm gonna interrupt and say I can save Dusty. He just may not be your father anymore.
That's not an option.
Lily,
She just quietly, your grandfather shouldn't have died. That means somebody killed him.
I came looking for you. I made my way off the ship. I crossed entire continents. And one time I talked to the wrong person and I got grabbed. And Lucas is one of the people that got me out and brought me here because I heard you were here. And I've been trying to find you for years. This guy, his whole bread and butter is taking technology that could help people, making you think it'll help people, and then using it for himself.
can I isolate who I talked to?
Yeah.
I'm gonna isolate Lily and tell her to stop it. Lily, end this. Let me transfer Dusty's consciousness. I could take the crystal, we could bring him with us, and then we could worry about it later. I think I can get to him.
In your head, you just hear last resort.
Understood.
And your mom, you see your mom just start crying. She's like, I know you have to have been through a lot. I've heard about things from Project Nightingale and what they did to their source. And hearing that was you, that was never meant to be your future. You were supposed to be a gift to this world. Someone to herald a new age. Not advanced like this.
This is what Grixs does to gifts. This is why we need to. We don't.
From what I understand, a rogue agent within Nightingale Project was the one that abused you. Someone named Nine?
It's 4.
It's 4?
Yeah.
Oh, the number looks like... Oh, I see here on my paperwork, the number is
Like,
a 4.
my fault for just naming characters with numbers.
He only has dyslexia.
I was like, excuse me. I beg your pardon?
Alright.
What?
That is technically true.
Yeah.
What?
Flash in the past.
What did you say? Who was the source?
She was the one who gave them all of their advancement. She was the one that enabled their power.
My bad, bro.
We're going to the movies.
You fucking serious?
I had no choice. They beat it out of me.
And you made it for what?
It was an idea I had to help people, and like I said, it was turned against everyone.
Huh. Yeah. It was turned against everyone.
That's how it always starts.
Let's just get the fuck out of here.
And at that, you see, like, sandworm style, like from Dune or like Beetlejuice, where it's just, like, blasts to the wall, like, pulls back, and then, like, pops back in.
Yeah.
And in the net, you hear, somebody need a lift?
Who wants to get high?
And he, like, it opens its mouth so you can climb inside.
Do I see Lily crying? Can I like hold the one arm as we walk, just like hold one of the robot fingers
Oh.
as we walk?
When you do, you like automatically connect to the suit. It like recognizes you as a user, and links to you. You can tell that the pilot is being kept alive by life support in the suit at the moment. She was damaged somehow, and in her efforts to get to the point where she's at currently, and she needs medical attention, but she's not saying anything.
I'm gonna like look at the two of them. I'm gonna say, must be nice. I'm gonna step into the worm's mouth.
That's a weird ending to that.
The,
Step into the worm's
the,
mouth.
the musky warmth welcomes you.
I felt bad and then I was creeped out.
It's a little moist, but
As you guys all
That's the
kind
only
of,
place I can go.
yeah, all kind of climb in.
you've got to admit there's ample room.
You
Never let go.
kind of the like Aggie and everybody hops in. You guys are like the last one to go. Like you step through Clementine holding onto the finger, and the last one to step in would have to be the mech. And she stops and she says, "I won't fit, but I'll see you on the other side."
I've got one more reduce and large.
Yo!
Oh, clutch!
Argus
Now-
to the rescue.
Shrinks her and steps on her. No.
Okay. Now there's a small problem because it's the suit you need to shrink and not the person.
I see.
But I will say, if you can make Wisdom check. I'll say DC 12.
All right.
You can modify the spell as you're casting
Stressed.
it
I'm
to
very
shrink
stressed.
the suit, and this hopefully will last until you get to someplace where she won't just pop normal size. And
Right.
so it's a
All right.
DC
Not
12
like
wisdom check.
that.
Okay.
Like a bless
Oh,
or
wisdom.
aid or
So I got a plus.
Well, you didn't say she was sick to
It would
anyone.
be like guidance or something like that.
I got a 21.
21. As you're able to shrink the mech, so her and the suit are squished down to about the little bit taller than Clementine. And she goes, oh. Like, clink, clink, clink. steps in as the jaws shut.
Can I isolate her on that line like he did earlier? Mom, nothing in this facility is worth your life. If we just get out of here, we can come back later and regroup. I've lost so much time with you. I can't do it again.
If we leave, we may never get back in here. This isn't a base. This isn't a facility. It's a ship. He may leave and take all of this with him. As long as we're inside of it, we have a chance to stop this.
Then why not destroy it? Start over.
There's a lot of good things here.
There's a lot of bad things too.
We'll figure it out as we go. Meanwhile, back in the command room.
Parents just don't understand.
as Grixs turns to look back at the screen, you can see on one of the far screens a series of individuals moving through the hall. One like a blur on the screen that you can only see when they stop to like check the hallways. Wearing like a blue like hoodie or jacket of some kind, moving at like incredible speeds. You see another person coming through like dual wielding pistols, decked in like a with a like leathery like almost like swashbuckler style like gear.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you see what looks to be like some sort of elf with their hood up with a bow, moving kind of like firing cover like moving cover support moving through this place. And then you see your two little compatriots. You see the little gnome Ponzi, and you see the kobold Dakin moving with a woman clad in like dark leathers and like yeah, she's moving quickly through the place with her daggers.
Does she have cat ears?
Oh no, this is no cat ears.
Oh,
This is you haven't met this character
Okay.
before, so you're not familiar with who this is. But they like you feel like as you visualize this and kind of like dump this visual into the net, you all would recognize like you guys recognize some of these characters from the people who helped rescue the two of you, and pretty much defeat Project Nightingale, so to speak, and well, put it on its back burner anyway, and you guys recognize Lorelei, who disappeared as you guys were infiltrating the base.
You said swashbuckler, I thought.
Okay.
So,
The swashbuckler is Lisa's character.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so yeah, you can
Tessa.
see them maneuvering through the place, and then bringing up the rear, very pissed off, like white blonde haired individual who's wearing green and gold robes, who looks super pissed. And this person is a person of interest in the world, and you recognize an individual known as Vel. He is not the Emerald Guardian. You've got a notation in your records about this guy.
Okay.
This appears to be like his clone or some sort of temporal hiccup or
Okay.
something. But it's him, but not the Emerald Guardian who's been standing as the champion of the Green Dragons in Elven territory. But you have a moment where you think you can interact with the console without Grixs noticing to shut that image off the screen. I need you to roll an initiative check against Grixs.
If you want to.
If you'd like to.
Throw
If not,
that out there.
I'm saying, if not, how would you like to proceed?
Had an idea, but I can't do it. Bullshit. I'm gonna roll initiative.
All right, let's go.
Hell yep.
I got nothing else.
Come on, Claire.
I got this.
9.
Okay.
Bad.
+2.
Not bad.
I only have a +2.
Me too.
Alright, come on. 7 or lower.
I rolled a 5.
Woo!
That's only a 7.
We're gaming.
She's still kind of like eyes locked on yours after making that comment of, we'll just get it more pilots. You have this moment. How do you wish to proceed?
He's looking at me.
Well, he just maintained eye contact and he's turning back towards the screen now.
I'm gonna be ballsy.
This is why you have a moment you could interact with the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real ballsy. I'm gonna grab his shoulder and I'm gonna pull him around towards me and step in front of him and block the screen and say, "You need to listen to me. Let me get to Dusty." And with this hand, I'm going to try to turn the screen off.
Oof. Make a sleight of hand
Doctor, not a pull, man.
or sleight of hand check, which is lower, or a deception check, which is higher.
Well, I might
Low
be
key.
deception, but I have advantage on deception.
Exactly. I'm fucking with advantage, to be honest.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Very stressed this time around.
Yeah.
Oh, dirty 20.
Let's
Dirty
go.
20. Okay.
That sounds tough.
Dirty 20 and a 9.
Let's go.
I have a +6 to my insight.
There you go.
Lord, bro's wise.
And I rolled a 13.
Damn.
No bullshit. That's a 19. You have a dirty 20.
Damn.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my god.
He goes,
Feels crack.
Could be done.
fine.
Off.
No,
And
no,
he just gestures towards the back of the room, and you can see there is like what looks like a lift doorway.
Would I know if there are any more pilots, corrupted pilots, that are not out and about right now?
What you saw on the screen, there are 5 total corrupted pilots.
Mm-hmm.
All 5 of them were moving around base in their suits.
Moving on.
You even saw the pilot who's been currently having issues with the artillery version, also moving about the place, but he wasn't really engaging anything.
Okay.
His gun was like retracted and back. It's almost like a cannon, like a.
Do I see him? Is he near me or anything like that?
He would be throughout the base,
Throughout
like
the base,
yeah,
okay.
along with some of the other ones.
Okay. Is he gonna let me out of this room to get to Dusty?
He throws to you, like an open band that you recognize as these are security bands that give you different clearance levels.
Mm-hmm.
This one's got a blue stripper on the outside.
Okay.
It's like, deal with this.
I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go.
Do you click it to your wrist? You do
Oh,
it?
no. I don't click it to my wrist.
Okay.
Fuck that. No, it's actually on my mind before you said that.
Okay,
I was like,
okay.
I'm gonna do whatever I can to
It's a bomb.
disconnect
Fuck
that.
that.
Yeah. No.
We know this guy. Come on.
No, I know.
Ah, you already got one shot to your fucking body right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. I put it there too.
Voluntarily.
So I'm going to, I'm going to leave, and I'm going to put it in. It looks like I put it in my coat pocket, but it's not
Right.
really there.
Bomb on my wrist?
It's
Nah,
going to be
bomb
like
on
on
my
a little pouch that's
fucking
on my
spine.
side, and I'm going to move on and
Remarkable,
out
too well.
and start making my way
Not
towards where Dusty is. I would recognize
Diabolical.
that is in the facility, right?
Diabolical, Tyler.
As fast as I possibly can. Like I'm running in my dress shoes and everything.
At this point, as you're going through the halls, like the lights, the paneling that does there's the strips of light that are on like the bottoms and the tops of the edges, because it's not square, they're edged inward along the top and the bottom, and the light paneling, there's like crystal or glass or something that illuminates from those directions. It still does that every like 5-6 seconds. It flashes red for a little bit, and then because there's an alarm going off that there's bases under attack.
Yeah.
And you you pass by an area where you can see there's some damage on one of the walls. It looks like something big crashed into it, and you're like, yeah. But you make your way into the mechanics bay region of the base where the clicker widget lab is, where your chamber that you use for the collection process is, and where all of the suites that the pilots stay in while they're in this program,
Okay.
along with the bay for the mechs. I say mechs loosely, but they're like Magitech combination of things. They're forge frames. They're just the new generation.
Okay.
Not just designed for gnomes, but for all species. The difficulty now is the link to integrate the suits. Well, you've kind of figured out what the problem is, but there's no way to really answer this in a moral way. But as you progress through the hall, you pass what appears to be the bulkhead doors for the chamber, the bay that the mechs are in, and it is all, they're bent and like blown out. Like, so it appears that the pilots got into this somehow and like forced their way out of this bay. Going into here and cutting across to where the last place that you saw Dusty and Zimnia, you're able to quickly close the distance. And you're coming up behind them with Dusty being dragged, going, let me go! With her going, it'll all be over soon.
Okay. And they're going into a room right now?
They're walking straight up a hallway.
Okay. I'm running up behind and I'm going to say, wait. Director needs him. And I'm going to have my badge that has the blue line around it, the one that he just gave me, just in case it's recognized. And I need your help.
See, Zimnia stops and slowly turns and looks over her shoulder, her tail kind of swishing. Why would I bother to help someone who helped capture one of mine, who helped cause this mess?
Because if you don't, so much worse is going to happen to you.
He needs this one, does he?
He...
And you watch a blade come up through his chest. As Dusty lifts into the air, and she drops him to the ground, and he's like, as his blood starts to pool out of him on the ground.
I'm going to unsheath my scalpel and say, why would you do a thing like that? You've wasted a mind that could save you.
She goes, I would tell you, but it's a secret. And you see her pull off her left gloved hand, and you see there a withered, ugly, ancient-looking hand. And she goes, you don't. And as she speaks, another voice echoes with hers. She goes, this is not your destiny, child of torture, creature of pain. You can have this one. We'll be leaving. And it snaps their fingers, and they just, in a bubble of blackness that just shrinks and goes away.
He's gonna shake his head and be like, they all just think it's about the torture. And I'm gonna run up to Dusty.
Sometimes it's about the alcohol.
It's most definitely a fucking fetish, bro. It's gotta be.
It's not.
I'm sure.
It has nothing to do with the
You get to Dusty. He's
what you've read.
He looks like he's fading in and out. He's obviously at 0 HP kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he is just bubbling blood out of his mouth.
I'm gonna.
But is there any of us?
Hey. I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
I will.
Has no
my
effect.
God.
I'm not gonna do this.
As you do, you watch as he actually
That's what I
convulses, and it looks like it made it worse.
I'm gonna
Must
pick him up.
have something.
Well, your eyes in here.
Now I know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna go as fast as I can to the room that you transfer consciousness in and grab one of the crystals on the way.
Okay. You duck into the supply room for that. Grab the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
Get him there, and he is. You can tell he's about to die.
Yeah, Dusty, you know what I have to do.
Do what you got to, buddy.
This is gonna hurt a lot.
I just don't want her to cry.
Oh,
When our daughter died, she lost it.
No.
And you see his eyes close, and he stops breathing.
Okay, I'm gonna strap him in. I know his electric pulse is still there though in his brain, so I'm gonna strap him in, and I'm gonna start the mind mapping process. I need him to be conscious for a short period of time, because I didn't capture what he just said while he was strapped in. I'm gonna. What is there anything I know that I can do to wake him up temporarily?
Instinctively, you pull out the scalpel,
Okay.
and you create an incision. It starts at the top of his head and back.
Mm-hmm.
And you peel back, and you jam some of the electrodes deeper into areas that you know, if this has any chance of working.
It's connected. I'm gonna start telling him I'm gonna start talking to him because, like, when somebody's in a coma, they say you could hear. I'm gonna start telling him, "Hey, think about your daughter." And I'm gonna ask him to think about the one who passed, and I'm gonna ask him to start thinking about Clementine, and Lily. I'm gonna name different memories that we've had where we had little laughs. Because I need him to go through each of the emotions to appropriately map his mind.
Roll me a persuasion, an intimidation, and an insight check. I need each roll total.
Oh shit.
Advantage on persuasion. First roll is a 22. I'm still with that.
As you do this, as the machine is powering up, and you asked him, remember your daughter that died, and he goes, Tara. The voice, like the breath escapes his mouth.
Remember the moment.
And what's your deception check?
Deception. First roll's not good. I can't see what the second. Oh, it's 4.
4. He goes, Clementine.
Okay.
Now roll the insight check.
First roll's a 22.
Okay. That's good enough. And then he opens his eyes for just a second before you see the life leave them completely.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing he says is, tell her I love her.
You tell her.
And you watch as the crystal you're powering with his essence, his mind, begins to change colors to match the frequency of the mental energy that's being transferred in.
I have to anchor his soul next.
Please make the check.
Which one would that be?
It would, for you, it would be either a charisma or a wisdom check. Add your proficiency bonus.
$17.
17. Eventually, the swirling of colors within starts to create like a matrix of color. Different, like as you're looking at it from different angles, it almost does like the kaleidoscope effect, and you realize the process is complete.
Okay.
This is a stable crystal.
Yeah. I'm going to, once I know the crystal is completely stable, I'm going to remove it and put it in a small little case that protects it. They're pretty strong crystals.
Yeah, you have like almost like these padded briefcase things that you can.
And they're just big enough for the crystal, so you know.
It's like you know you see like the plutonium and stuff in it, like in the movies, that kind of thing.
I'm actually going to find something to wrap his body in as well, and I'm going to take the diodes out, and I'm going to.
As you start to start to unhook the body and start to proceed to like unlatch the different stuff, you hear the sound of like glass cracking and like almost like the scrape of metal on metal, and you turn around to see one of those piloted suits dragging a damaged leg forward as it's using two scythe-like blades to pull itself along the hall
Yeah.
into this doorway. And he goes, "Long time no see, Doc.
What took you so long?
Had some things I had to cut to the heart of.
Inefficiently, as usual, I'm sure.
I'm tired
As
of
I cast Vicious Mockery
I'm
on
tired
him.
of your mockery." What you say?
um,
I rolled a fucking 4.
Not that.
Roll.
It's a Wisdom 13.
Roll your damage.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 3.
Okay, and he like,
And he has what, disadvantage, right? On his next attack.
he's going to lunge now at you.
Fuck him.
Roll.
Fuck this.
you.
Fuck that.
Fuck you.
You see him like use the blades to kind of like launch himself forward, shredding the metal of the walls as he goes, as the adamantine edged weapons just like cut right through. And he just brings down a scythe. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, you're great at those, right?
Sure.
You're really good at those, right?
Actually, not that bad.
Something like to hear.
A 17.
17. You like duck and roll out of the way, and he slashes through the terminal that you were just using to do this process. And you watch as it starts to spark, and not immediately, but you're already seeing like this haze start at the top of the room. Like there's something burning in an area that's not supposed to be burning.
Okay.
And he turns down and looks at you. And he goes, "I've wanted to do this for so long." And he rears back with the other one. What do you do?
I know what I do. Hang on. This is all so sudden.
It's game over, man.
Game over, man. Okay, so I'm going to do something here. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Bitch.
What does it look like?
I don't even know it's a damn one.
Nothing. A lot of nothing.
You pop up, begin to like to whisper the
You're gonna start to cast and say, "I'm not that kind of cleric."
Yeah.
you begin
Best
to
line ever, by the way.
Yeah, I'm not that kind of cleric.
you begin to manifest the spell. And before you can finish focusing on it, that blade's coming down, and you avoid the blade and misfire the spell. At this point, you have been kind of corralled by your evading his attacks,
Okay.
to where your back is to the hall and the exit, and his back is to Dusty's body.
Oh shit. Well, I'm gonna make sure his attention stays on me, kind of like Jeff Goldblum and Jurassic Park, going, and then the stupid lawyer gets in the way and gets killed.
As you do that, as you guys do that, meanwhile,
Huh?
How far away would we be at this point?
you guys have popped up through some of
In
the
worm.
looser plating that's underneath some of what
That's pretty good.
the creature knows as the clanky room.
Okay.
You pop up and break through some like very thin flooring and a bunch of piping and stuff that's like not made of metal, but more of like this weird like polymer material, something that's like bendy. And you able to break through all that and pop up through these grated floors, and you're in this chamber now as he like opens his mouth and lets you out. You're still in the base, but there's like rows of what looks like gang planks that would like you take ladders to climb up into stuff, and there's a bunch of like cables and like connections to things, almost like you would recognize gnome forge frame kind of thing, but there's no forge frames in here at a glance. You guys through the net know that right now your father's just been killed and is currently if you're gauging the connection right, he's like a little bit farther down this
Is he
hallway.
broadcasting that? He
Are
might
you-
not want to.
Yes. No, I do. I
Okay.
want you guys to know that I
Yeah.
am.
So he,
booking it.
at
Yes.
this point,
Registrar though.
he is putting your father into the machine to try and save his mind.
How far away? Like
You guys,
in distance?
like at this point, you're like 100 feet away.
Hey, Lucas, use that cape today?
As he looks and you see he's not wearing any clothes, like he's wearing like his pants.
He's naked.
He's,
I was like,
yeah,
hope he has something on.
he's just helicoptering through the place. No,
Fuck.
no, he's like, I gotta find my stuff.
Fuck.
Luckily, I still have these, and he pops out the side blades. The 2 purple energy beams crackle into existence.
I'm just taking off.
As you're running,
I'm assuming we're all stepping out of the worm. So like I step out.
as
Aggie
you're running,
flies out.
your connection to machines, your technopathy, triggers, and you can feel there's another chamber off to the left, and you feel something spark your interest. Like it responds to your like passive mental touch.
It's like a. Is it like a voice or is it?
A presence, almost like an intelligence, but it's mechanical.
Can I see anything? How far would I have to go?
You would have to, instead of going straight and to the right down the hall, you need to, before you get out of here, there's a connecting room.
I'm gonna look at Lucas. And I'm gonna say, "Please save my dad." And I'm gonna take off down the hallway.
He's just consider it done.
As you do that, like as you're about to run away, you know, we're a lot more alike than I like to admit, and I'm going to run with Lucas towards him.
Is there? Do I see anyone like when I get out? Besides, obviously, what's going on, chaotic. But and anyone else around? Okay, so I have to decide where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go where Clementine goes.
Aggie sticks with you.
Always. Let me rethink that for a second.
So you can't see through his eyes or anything.
But I don't need to see through his eyes. I trust him. I can send him somewhere. Yeah, I'll send him the other way. We're gonna split up.
Okay.
Are you sure you wish to pursue this particular direction?
Well, you don't seem so confident about it.
Normally we don't do well when we're separate.
I think we have an opportunity to help, though.
Good luck.
I believe in us. I mean, but I don't want to send you if you don't want to go.
That's okay. Let's do this.
Like-
he swings it
Liquid
over.
courage,
baby.
Yeah.
Courage. And then I was like, I'll
So
see you
he
soon.
starts flapping after the 2 of them.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
What about Arcus?
I feel like something's going to happen. So I shoot out my arm sword and I go, Crystal! Crystal! Crystal Arcus, go! and I turn into a crystal form.
Nice. You watch as his armor growing around him, crystal shards just start to appear and manifest around him.
Ember looks at him like, you could do this the whole time.
I'm learning.
You don't have just, what did I call them? The power, what are the other powers from last time?
Yeah.
I can't remember what they were. The blow up powers. Yeah, we're just blow up powers.
But you head over with Clementine in that direction. The rest of you look like you're going in the direction of the chamber. Directly in front of the entrance, as you, Clementine, and Ember head into the other room, you can see some of you recognize this. Most of you in this group recognize this. It is that mantis mech that is like pulling itself along
not
the hallway.
again.
And it's like he passes by the entrance as you guys are almost there. but still in the dark of this chamber.
So we don't see
So
it.
it doesn't
see us.
see you.
Yeah,
It
so
goes
I
past
stop
you.
short because like we're running fast probably.
Yeah,
So
you're
I
like-
like stop short
Yeah,
because I see
and it
it.
just continues on like it's like a man on a mission.
Do
What
all of
the
us see it
fuck
and we
is
stop
that
short?
Not good.
We want to stay away from that. It almost kicked our ass.
Cut across into another chamber. It's got like swinging doors in between these two.
Okay.
You swing through the one set, and it's got like what looks like a bunch of like tool belts and like helmets, and like there's some jumpsuits for like obviously there's some sort of piloting gear that along the way. And the next door swings open into what looks like some sort of engineering lab. There's parts of these kind of robot arms, and you can recognize like the more kind of looking things than like what your mom had on her mech and things like that. Roll me a perception check, both of you.
You're good at that.
Ember and Clementine.
Oh. Can I go like Tinker Tools? Because I'm trying to find the consciousness. I'm not necessarily using my eyes.
12.
I'm using my
Okay.
tingle.
My tinkle.
This
Bitter
plate,
tingle.
It don't matter too much.
you,
That's a
you-
nine.
you can you notice that there's like a broken cup of coffee like on the ground.
Mhm.
There's like a wrench laying next to it.
Coffee pot empty.
That's not what we're
They're-
looking for.
But like that draws your attention to something that's not right. What'd you get on yours?
8.
8.
I can add a D4
And
if I need
you
to.
can feel the presence, but you can't figure out where it's coming from in this room.
D4 help.
So I see this coffee cup. I see this wrench. So I pick up on like someone was
you
here
bend
and
down and you pick up the wrench, and then you slowly look aside, and in the corner of the room there's a big white like draped tarp, and underneath you can see what looks like a big metal foot.
Well, I wanna pull it.
Say, is it in
I wanna pull the
T-pose?
tarp.
I wasn't
You're
sure.
pulling is I think
But-
you're pulling the foot.
But like
No.
it's a good
Ding!
it's a good ways away from you. So as you go to like
I'm
head
gonna
that
move.
way,
I want to move. I'm
Metal
so
foot.
curious.
you are drawn in that direction,
Mm.
and you also clock the foot sticking out from underneath the tarp.
Oh, I'm gonna pull the tarp.
She's got speed on you, so she's gonna get there
Okay.
before you.
Yeah.
As you guys approach this thing and pull it out, you
Ember's seen a lot of shit she's never seen before. She's excited.
almost
Oh shit.
Figures are
I'm
coming
gonna
out.
fucking
God,
cry,
it's a
bro.
dildo.
Oh god.
Hell.
No, it's not. It's a lot of dildos. As
No.
you guys
That's
Definitely
not
not
the direction I was
Put
expecting
that-
to have to take.
put that in on the camera.
We should by now. We should
Pile
know.
of conscious schlongs.
Stop.
This camera or that camera?
Yeah, so that
What?
you can show it off.
Yeah, all the cameras.
Yeah. You see a
Ember schlong.
big white gorilla aspect kind of mech.
Because I pulled the tarp off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled the.
As soon
Wanna
as
make sure
as soon
I
as the
did it.
tarp comes off, the inside of the tarp isn't white. It's like got this metallic, almost circuit board looking material, like pattern on the inside, and the dampening field around this thing drops, and you can feel that presence connect to you.
Oh, were you supposed to get in that thing?
Oh shit.
I think that's for you, Clementine.
It immediately starts to whir and light up, and like a blue like circle whirls around that faceplate until two little like almost like digital looking eyes are looking down at you.
Oh.
Is this one I created or no?
You'd have never seen this.
Okay, good.
Is that your friend?
I think he wanted
It-
my attention.
And the torso opens up.
I pull the strings on my hoodie, and my hoodie, like, the air goes out of it, and it, like, condenses into like,
Iron Man.
a suit. Yes. It condenses into a suit. And I'm just gonna jump in there and see what happens.
It's awesome. So,
I'm
Ember's just watching because she thinks
Yeah.
it's so cool.
You-
She's like,
You climb up
Kinda
into
cute,
it,
yeah.
and like
It's
as soon
super
as you
cute.
get in, it starts to close up.
she's a little jealous.
And you can tell there's something holding this thing back,
Oh.
like from connecting to you.
It's okay, little fella. Sweet talk.
You have a moment where you realize you still have some of your ants.
Mm.
If you release them into this suit, you think you can have them find what's blocking it,
Mm.
but you're going to probably lose these ants forever now.
You'll have ants in your beds.
Nah, I'll let them all go. Yeah.
Okay. You do that, and you can feel them as they move throughout the suit, and they're finishing making connections.
Mm.
This thing wasn't finished,
Yeah.
and as it does, it also finishes the thing, and you feel like your body kind of go rigid as you link to the suit,
Mm.
and your eyes open and you're seeing through the suit. You're no longer seeing through your eyes.
Does it hurt?
Not at all.
No.
You feel as you watch the suit start to move and like flex its hands.
River's gonna yell, "Are you okay in there? Like, what's happening in there?"
I'm gonna kind of like do the old like the hand thing, and I'm just gonna grab her by the shoulder and just start running towards my dad.
Yeah,
I guess, like, you're stronger than me, you can pull me.
Yeah, you think like you run like you normally run.
Yeah.
But as you start to do that, you see like there's this little symbol on the right side of the thing where there's like these almost like these two wavelengths, and they start to like do this, and then they sync up to where they're identical, and it says match pure, 100%, synchronization complete. And that glyph drops off the screen as the suit kind of like stumbles and then stops, scoops like holds
So
you like
she's
holds
carrying
you
me like
better,
a
and
ragdoll?
then starts
Like a
moving
pub
and starts moving like a gorilla carrying a doll. Just
You carrying a warlock dragon?
dude.
Picture. I can see this in my mind, and I have to make it a picture.
You guys had hesitated as this monstrous mech comes flying through, and you see as you come around the corridor, after a series of near misses, it has its back to some machinery, and it's like slowly lumbering towards Cassius, whose back is at the hallway. It looks like he could get away, but you could tell from the glyphs and slight like brief images that are popping in through the chaos of the battle meld now that's occurred, that he wants to get that body. He knows Dusty's body's in there too.
And we're there now.
And you
We're
guys
there
are
now?
all in the hallway.
Let's fuck.
So you put me down?
Yeah.
Do you put me down? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have to catch. I
You
steady
come out
myself.
As we're running,
all sense of subtlety and
I have
like
to hear the rest.
and stealth has gone away, has been abandoned, is through the other entrance from the other side of that room that you got this mech in, burst out and like slam into the wall, like palm the thing, and like you hear as like just roll like barreling down the hallway
With me.
is this
Yeah.
gorilla mech that's carrying like Godzilla style, you know, like Donkey Kong done stole a princess kind of thing, like just
literally
pouring down the hallway, coming up behind you guys. Cassius, you at that point would hear and turn down the hallway, which would also bring the attention of the guy in the suit.
I'm going to see the other mech suit, and I've never seen it before. I'm going to try to stop myself and kind of slide towards it, and like try to look back.
Yeah, you would see like between you and that new mech suit coming, that looks like some sort of big pale gorilla mech thing. You see everybody else.
Yeah.
That you can all feel in the map. Like in between, there's like a crystalline form Arcus. There's now at this point, like almost wisps of shadow that are trailing behind Nyorai as he's going. You see Lucas running shirtless down the hall with this
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, he's Kylo Renning it.
Yeah.
He's like kind of doing the Naruto run where he's just ninja running with the blades behind him, like dashing forward.
I'm gonna look at the group and be like, a beautiful group of bastards. And
there's this moment where like everybody's just perfectly visible in the
like
hallway.
the Avengers in slow motion.
Yeah, and you're like, and you see Aggie just like flex the wings.
What the fuck?
Just like blow like this mist of like ice crystals in the air.
It's prestidigitation. I'm gonna run towards the group that's not trying to kill me.
Yeah, you would pass through them as the other two groups are going to collide.
Yeah.
When she puts me down, can I armor up?
Yes, it's like you would as you would come down the hall, you drop, you armor back at this.
Yeah,
you ice up. You're all like preparing to attack, and that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
So like as we're running, Lindsay, Clementine looks down. You remember the time that you picked her up the first time we met? She's like, "This is what it felt like." It's like deeply filtered, like Darth Vader version of Clementine's voice. It's like clearly through a voice filter out. And she'll like plop you down, and then
Ember just turns to look at you like
slightly. Well, I mean,
Well, that's a good thing. Like, let's take a second. I mean, we're done here at this moment, but in this moment, what are your characters?
I'm amped
What's
up.
going on behind those
I'm
eyes?
amped
Like,
up.
Dripping from like my arm down, I'm going to like manifest a chain to attach it to the end of the sickle.
nice.
Cassius is really excited. He's not had excitement like this in a very long time. I mean, like a couple 100 years. And he's starting to remember some flashes of before he came back to go to medical school. And he's really excited
Nice.
because he remembers the power he had.
Nice.
Amber's usually a hermit, so she is really excited to be with a team. Because she's also missing her best friend too.
Arcus is probably pretty excited to be in a crystalline form, as it's very different than is used to. So that's
Shit.
probably
Yeah, definitely had some firsts today for the
yeah,
character. Yeah,
definitely.
he felt his first connection to the stones. He awakened his power beyond the first time it kind of manifested. And
Yep.
here we go.
Does Cassius think that these crystals that he is turned into, the gems or crystalline form, share properties of the crystal that I just used to transfer consciousness?
You would definitely think that. And then just Aki, who's just this big grin across his face as he's like, "Oh, he's been wanting to do something like this for a long time."
That means a bigger form.
But yeah,
Clementine, she kind of, for the first time like ever, actually feels for a second like she has the physical power to stop having things happen to her and start making them happen because of her. And
Probably pretty accurate.
and all of a sudden, like, there's like this feeling that like my father just died and I can make the people I want to pay for it.
make it right.
Yeah, the way I want to.
Nice.
Cassius looks at Clementine and says, "You can good kid."
Again, that's where we ended tonight's session. A bit of a cliffhanger. We're gonna start here with the battle on the next one. Thank you for joining us, and remember, make every night a game night.